Hello, wrestling fans. This is Sal Lasardo reporting in from Orlando, Florida, with a very heartfelt uh, rough cuts this week. And feel like part of my childhood, part of my youth is completely gone. This episode of Rough Cuts is going to be a tribute to three performers that we lost recently. I've done rough cuts on them before, but I'm going to do a special tribute on them recently. In case you do not know, or if you haven't been following, Paul Orndorff at age 71 had recently passed. Donna Dundee, Bobby Eaton's wife and daughter of Bill Dundee, who ran the South, passed away. And on this date, August 5th, 2021, Bobby Eaton passed away. So I'm going to spend the 10 minutes and do a tribute to each of these three people for this edition of Rough Cuts. No questions to be answered. This is just a brief tribute to three incredible individuals. Paul Orndorff passed away at the age of 71. What's been said that hasn't been said? I've done a Rough Cuts video. It's on YouTube on him, but just to go back a little bit, he was an amazing football player. He was a part of WrestleMania 1. The late Roddy Piper gave him the nickname Mr. Wonderful, and he carried it on throughout the remainder of his career. He feuded with Hogan. Unfortunately, didn't win the title, which I felt he should have won the title. He was very incredibly gifted with his physique, unlike any other performer. He went out there, he talked the talk, he walked the walk. He went out there and you got a reaction from him. He was better as a heel than he was as a face. I think a lot of people agree. And when he went step through that red square circle and he delivered that pile driver, that he delivered, I mean, was just totally innovative for his time. I mean, many men have tried to perform, but nobody delivered a pile driver the way Paul Orndorff did. When he turned on Hogan on Wrestling Challenge or something, and I mean, that was like one of the biggest shocks of that time frame. I mean, it was totally like out of the blue. Although maybe a lot of us maybe thought it was coming, but a lot of people were just in shock and on, and it started a feud, and throughout for quite some time. I actually thought he was going to get the title, but he never did. He wrestled even in retirement a little bit. He made appearances, public appearances. He battled cancer, recovered from cancer. He did the tribute shows. He became a Hall of Famer. Paul Orndorff was just truly wonderful. I mean, there hasn't been enough words to really describe him, but really, to me, the best adjective is wonderful, performer, father, husband, talented, gifted, charismatic are just some of the adjectives that I use to describe Paul Orndorff, and heaven just got more wonderful with Paul. And rest in peace, and thank you for making my childhood special, to love you and to hate you. You did all that, Mr. Wonderful, and I thank you for it. You can again look up on YouTube. I did do a full 15-minute plus video on it, but again, this is just so sad and heartbreaking that Paul is gone, and at 71 years of age. He lived a life that we can only dream of. He got to entertain in front of millions upon millions of people. I think the two regrets, number one, is he never got the world title, and number two, I felt he should have headlined WrestleMania 3. Instead of Andre and Hogan, it should have been Hogan and Paul Orndorff, and maybe Paul Orndorff should have gotten the belt. That's my only real regret. Or at least maybe in WrestleMania 4, instead of Savage getting it, maybe Paul would have gotten it. I think he deserved the run, but it didn't happen. But needless to say, he did become a Hall of Famer, and he will forever be remembered as Mr. Wonderful. And that's exactly what he was. Mr. Wonderful gave you 1,000% every time he crossed that curtain. Donna Dundee recently passed away. She is the daughter of Bill Dundee and the wife of Bobby Eaton, who I'll get to in a moment. I had the privilege and pleasure of talking to Donna on Facebook when I did the video on Bobby Eaton about a year ago. And Bobby's very, very shy and didn't, that's just the way he is. Bobby's always been known for that, very soft spoken, very shy. But she said he did see the video and she said she loved it. And we talked. And there are things that we talked about that I'll keep between us. But she was a very, very nice lady. She really was the glue behind Bobby's career, and a wife and a mother, grandmother. She battled some health issues, unfortunately, but it never, she never lost her spirit. She never lost her soul. She never lost her kindness. She was dear friends with the Cornette family, with Cornette and Cornette, his wife. I remember she said she talked to them all the time, and actually Hacksaw's wife as well. So she still stayed in touch with a lot of the performers' wives and themselves. And Bobby was just being Bobby, very soft-spoken, quiet, retirement, did the conventions and appearances and all. And when she had told him, her father, Bill, about, because her father, Bill, forbidden her from dating performers, when Bill found out it was Bobby Eaton, the blessing was there. And they had decades-long marriage and children and grandchildren. She truly was a true sweetheart. Like I said, to know her on Facebook and to talk to her on Facebook, she was truly one of a kind. She made, it was like making a friend for life. It really what it was, and it really was sad to me. And I feel bad for the family that she is gone, but she'll never be forgotten. She really, like I said, was the glue behind Bobby, and also a tremendous support to her father during the days when Bill was doing his thing in the territories, and could never forget her contribution behind the scenes. A lot that you as fans don't see and I don't see, but she truly was the glue that kept it all together, and a remarkable, amazing, courageous lady, human being. And I feel for her children, her grandchildren, her father. Bill Dundee is very much alive. I can't imagine what he's going through right now, and my prayers and thoughts are with the Dundee family. And Donna, thank you for knowing me, and thank you for allowing me to be your friend and have a time to share with you on Facebook. It really meant the world to me that you acknowledged my video on Bobby and acknowledged me, and I thank you for that. Bobby Eaton just passed away. It is August 5th, 2021. My understanding was he passed away on August 4th, the night before, age 62. Bobby Eaton, famous for the tag team, the Midnight Express, Dennis Condrey, Stan Lane, and his manager Jim Cornette. Also had epic battles with Ric Flair, a tag team champion. I mean, he was a champion all around. They called him beautiful because he exactly was that. He was beautiful. When you wrestled Bobby in the ring, it was a night off. You went in there and you knew that the performers were going to be safe. He took care of you. You took care of him. And you couldn't help from cheer for him, even though the Midnight Express were mostly heels. But when that music came on and Jim came out, it was just magic. And he was so gifted and so talented in the ring, but very soft spoken. Mostly it was Jim Cornette and Sweet Stan Lane. And but when he got in the ring, he was all business. But people don't realize that when the camera stopped, there isn't one person that knew him on the face of the earth could ever say a negative thing about him. He was truly one of the nicest people ever. He helped homeless people. He helped people in dire need. There was a story that was posted on Twitter that a gentleman saw him at a gas station, recognized him, and he stopped and said hello, and they chatted for a few minutes. That's the kind of person Bobby was. He was always there to help the fans, talk to the fans. I know I never got a chance to talk to him because he was very shy to talk on the phone. He wasn't a phone person. But genuinely, from talking to Donna, he was a unique individual with a tremendous heart of gold that we will never see again in this lifetime. He truly, truly was a very special performer and a special individual. My regret was that the WWE did not induct him and the Midnight Express into the WWE Hall of Fame by now. I mean, now that he's gone, it breaks my heart. The Rock and Roll Express are in, but he's not in, and he should be in. And I hope next year now that the WWE with Stan and Dennis Condrey and Jim Cornette will put the Midnight Express and do their tribute to Bobby Eaton, because Bobby deserves to be in the hall, and so does the Midnight Express. It's time, but it's now a tragedy, and we're not going to hear Bobby speak at the Hall of Fame, and it is so sad. It is. It breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart that Bobby's gone. When I was talking to his wife, and his wife was gone. That a wonderful human being who gave the shirt off his back to homeless people and gave money to homeless people and always offering to help other people in the ring and out of the ring. There will never be another Bobby Eaton, ever. And heaven today just got more beautiful. It got more radiant with Donna, and it got more wonderful with Paul. So on behalf of Rough Cuts, I'm going to cut this short because it's just so heartbreaking to do this. Paul, thank you for making my childhood. I wish that the WWE gave you the title, but your matches were epic, every one of them. You never had a bad match. Donna, thank you for being my friend. Thank you for knowing me. And to your father, who's a wonderful man, I don't know how he's going to get through it, but your children and grandchildren will be there. And Bobby, yes, your children and grandchildren will be there for their grandfather. But thank you for being a part of one of the greatest tag teams in the history of professional sports entertainment, the Midnight Express. And I wish you would come into the Hall of Fame sooner. But you're beautiful, and you're in heaven, and you're watching, and we love you. Thank you. Part of my childhood has died. And I'm sorry. It hurts. It truly hurts from the bottom of my heart that you are gone. And I hope that all of you that see this keep the family in your prayers. And remember, tomorrow is promised to no one. If you love someone, you haven't spoken to someone, reach out and call and say hello, because you just don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Please do that. And for myself, Bill Apter, and anyone who's ever involved, please, again, may all your matches be a main event. We all love you. And never, ever forget. I'll leave you with this thought. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't stop believing. Find your strength in God and each other, as well as your family. And don't take life for granted, because you just never know when it could be over. Again, on behalf of Rough Cuts, this is Sal Lasardo. May all your matches be a main event. Thank you, Paul Orndorff. Thank you, Donna Dundee. And thank you, Bobby Eaton. You truly are beautiful. God bless you. I love you.